Alrighty, first game, and this one's on at 1 o'clock. Clippers, Knicks. Clippers minus 9.5. I'm expecting Kawhi Leonard and Paul George to play. This Knicks team at home plus the 9 is pretty solid. Yeah, Knicks coming off of a pretty big win against the Cavs 2 days ago. Clippers coming off of a big win against somebody. The Magic, I think. The Magic, absolutely blowing them out. So we're going to stay away from this one. The Clippers are obviously very good. The 9.5 is a lot to swallow for them. I think they win the game, but the Knicks here kind of, not a primetime game, obviously, since it's not on national TV, but a kind of 1 o'clock game, early start, could really go either way. Well, not really could go either way, but the spread could go either way in that aspect. I think the Clippers win, but 9.5, I'm not comfortable with that. Not comfortable. So let's stick away from that. Maybe we'll come back to that if we don't get any great value elsewhere. Oh, this is going to be a good one. Jazz, Nuggets, folks. These teams are very, very comparable. Kind of deep, from the starters to the bench. Got the great point guard, Donovan Mitchell, Jamal Murray. Got the great big, Jokic, Rudy Gobert. They faced in the playoffs last season. And who came out? It was the Jazz. No, was it the Nuggets? I'm forgetting, folks. Either way, it went 7, and I think the Jazz pulled it out. I think the Jazz pulled it out. So this is going to be a great game here. Nuggets plus 2.5. I like the Jazz in totality better. Now, I'm not sure if Donovan Mitchell is good to go. He's been in concussion protocol for the last 2 games. So let me quickly see if NBA Fantasy Labs, our favorite Twitter account here for the NBA, if they have posted any update on Donovan Mitchell. If he's good to go, I think we take them minus 2.5. Even if he's not good to go, honestly, we still believe in, Mike Conley and Joe Ingles to get it done in the absence of Donovan Mitchell. So I'm not seeing anything here quickly. Unfortunate. Let me Google them. Or not Google. Twitter search. Nerlens Noel is out today. Derek Favors is probable. Clippers are starting Jackson, George, Leonard, Patterson, and Ibaka. All right. Classic. So that's their starters. So the minus 9.5 for the Clippers is fine to take since everybody's in the starting lineup. Here it is. Donovan Mitchell, concussion is now probable on Sunday. So he should be good to go. And with that being said, I know this is going to be a tough game to take, but we're going to take this tough game. Going to be a close one. Going to be a great one to watch. I definitely recommend if you can watch this game, whether it's on League Pass or NBA TV, if you can watch this game, definitely do it. 3:40 tip-off. We're going to go Jazz minus 2.5 here. Rudy Gobert did a really solid job guarding Jokic in the bubble, and Donovan Mitchell's back in the starting lineup, most likely. I'm assuming he's probable with a concussion on game day. That usually means he's good to go. So we'll take the Jazz minus 2.5. Let's ride this Jazz train. They're on an 11-game win streak. Only have to swallow 2.5 here. I think they're the better team over the Nuggets. Even though they're comparable, I still like the Jazz over them. Alrighty, Nets in the Wizards, and Nets minus 7.5, and we know we can never take the Wizards with any points, even plus 40. We would not even take them at that point. Now, the only thing that is giving me slight hesitations on taking the Nets is Russell Westbrook going to go absolutely like Super Saiyan beast mode 1,000% to try and get back on James Harden, and for that trade, possibly, but in the grand scheme of things, we're talking Kyrie, KD, and James Harden. I think we may have to swallow the 7.5 here and just have to live if it doesn't cover. It should cover 1,000% all day and tomorrow, but you know how things go in betting. If y'all bet, y'all know how it goes. Just nonsense happens sometimes, which ruins it. Oh, we see James Harden has been ruled out. So maybe we don't like this. I honestly think James Harden has put the most effort into changing his game personally. I mean, we really kind of say this every day that we talk about the Nets, but without James Harden, I'm definitely gonna stay away from the Nets minus 7. He's the one that's changing his game. He's the one that's really kind of facilitating the floor with the big 3 on there. He's kind of, all right, I won't take my shots so KD and Kyrie can get theirs. If push comes to shove, I will be the one that kind of takes the last shot. So with James Harden being out, we're going to stay away from the Nets minus 7.5 here. Alrighty, 76ers and the Pacers. Ooh, this is going to be a good one, folks. Truly a good one here. Not sure if Joel Embiid is good to go. I think he was a little questionable earlier in the week. Let's see if we can get anything here that's kind of solid. Don't think we have an update on, unfortunately. Truly unfortunate that we are not sure on Joel Embiid. This Twitter account hasn't posted in the last 32 minutes. That means no news has come out in the last 32 minutes, folks. This Twitter account is really on top of it. Alrighty, so do we still like the 76ers over the Pacers if Joel Embiid is not playing? Yes, kind of. They've got, they will be missing the beef down low. The Pacers don't have any really great beef themselves, so the 76ers should have no trouble kind of defending it. 76ers on the road, Pacers at home. I think we got to go 76ers here. I think that's solid. -1.5, basically just picking the winner at that point. Let's finish off these last two games, and then we'll come back to the 76ers-Pacers game. Magic and the Raptors. Magic +5.5, and I like it a lot, folks. I absolutely like this a lot. Let me double check to make sure everybody is good to go for this Magic team, which I believe they should be. Yeah, everybody should be. I'm not seeing anybody. Not really seeing any big name out. So, Aaron Gordon has not been playing good these last two games. Vucevic really hasn't been doing anything else. This is a perfect time for the Magic to kind of get back on track. We know nothing great about this Raptors team. They're just kind of, this is their down season. This is their last kind of season altogether. I think the Raptors make a lot of switches after the season because you've reached your maximum potential with the superstar. You reached your maximum potential last season without the superstar, and now you're just a bunch of team of role players. So I actually like this a lot. I don't know, the Magic may not win this game, but I think they keep it competitive. The Raptors have not been blowing out anybody all season, so give me the +5.5 here, and we'll rock with the Magic. I think that's great value here. Alrighty, Cavs and the Timberwolves. Timberwolves, not a great team. Cavs up and coming, rising team. They can easily beat any team underneath them. We just saw them kind of flounder against the Knicks the other night, only put up 81 points total. Once again, on the road for that game. They were on the road for that game. So I'm not buying into the Cavs yet, even though swallowing 3 here is it does look appealing because the Timberwolves are really not that good. But, the Cavs, if they put up 81 points again, the Timberwolves can win the game. So we can't trust the Cavs just quite yet. Let's see them be a little bit more consistent. Even though this is a bad team to go against, they should have success. I'm not going to buy into it just quite yet. Let's go back to the 76ers. Let's take it so we get another kind of 3-teamer here. Great kind of odds, obviously, +590. So this is what we feel real comfortable with. Jazz -2.5, Magic +5.5, 76ers -1.5 over the Pacers here.